Well, hello guys, welcome back. I wanted to talk about something a little more serious. I wanted to talk about, since we're at a time of really high racial tension, of not becoming the monster they say we are. And this can apply to anybody on the planet, anyone of any color, any race, anything. We're living in a time not just, of racial, but political, any kind of tensions. And it's very easy to get hurt when people say all of you. And it's very easy to get hurt like that, especially if you're just, say, getting into a culture or you're finally trying to sit down and understand the other guy's opinion and you get to see all of you. I have two good examples from my own life. The first would be, I have my friend that had me up for Christmas and treats me like family, and she took me out for my birthday. She's sweet and loving and kind. Well, I saw her Facebook, and the sweet, loving, kind woman that I know is not the same person on that Facebook account, and if I only knew her from one angry post, I wouldn't know what she meant when she put that post up. I would just think she's a horrible person, and then I would feel hurt and feel distance. And the bad thing is, when we feel hurt and we feel distant, we tend to get bitter. And then when we get bitter, we tend to get mean. I've worked with La Santa many years, okay? And when I was working with FNAF, I really wanted to mix Mexican culture and start, I couldn't put La Santa in. I thought that was like a bit much. Pagan culture would come out a little bit because I just couldn't help it, because that's how I am. But, I'm very sensitive where La Santa is concerned. So I thought, we're making all these characters, and this was before El Chipper. So, I thought I would make a character called Senor Loco. Now, nobody let me explain Senor Loco. It was a Nightmare Foxy doll, and I called him Senor Loco. Senor Loco was based on our high school Spanish teacher, who came from Italy, and he had this remarkable life story, and he loved us kids, and we all called him Senor Loco behind his back because he liked it. It would make him giggle, and that's why we'd call him, and we'd be like, Senor Loco, and he'd be like, that's the only Spanish you stupid kids know, da 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 da, and he would say it very lovingly. He wouldn't say it to be mean, and we loved him. He was like God to us. And I didn't know it at the time, but there was a kid that loved to cause trouble, and he got together with some other kids, because unfortunately, if you do FNAF, there are a lot of children into it, and it's not even meant for kids, which is whatever. And he trapped me. He invited me to a live stream, and I didn't want to go, but I went. Because I was like, well, I have to support younger people on YouTube, right? And they trapped me. They called me a racist. They said it was horribly racist character and everything else. I took down everything on the character, and I made repeat apology videos, and I said, he wasn't even meant to be a racist character. He didn't speak at first, but he was going to eventually speak. I can't speak 10 words of Spanish, which is the only reason he didn't speak. Plus, Nightmare Foxy doesn't speak, so I was trying to keep him in character. And none of them speak until, like, Sister Location, with this different kettle of fish. And he made it very terrible for me, and I kept going to La Santa, and I'm like, what do I do? And, he would come in and he would ruin live streams, and he would be terrible to me. And, it just turned out he was a rotten kid. He was a rotten kid, and he decided to use this one thing that he found to, get at me. And it really hurt me, because I not only got that from him, but, when I had been, like, finally public about working with La Santa, I met these mask makers that, they'd act like they were wonderful people and they loved everyone. But then they'd be saying, oh, these terrible French people, don't ever deal with French people because they're horrible, because this. And they would talk to other people from Mexico right on their page and say, all these white people need to be killed. And, Mexicans should have this country, and ha 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 ha. And they'd say it right on their page and then turn around and go, oh, how are you? We love you. It's like, dude, I understood what you just said, because Facebook at the time automatically translated stuff. It was like you didn't even have to try to figure it out. It was like, what you just said was very hurtful. And they would lie to your face. They'd be like, no, we didn't say, it's right there. And then it would disappear, but then it would come back up. And once they figured out that I could understand the Spanish really well, they switched to another dialect. And I'm like, okay, play the racist game. I don't care. And I was very, very hurt. And it could have been very easy to turn the hurt into bitterness and turn the bitterness into hate and become a monster who would be like, I hate all whatever people, and here's why. Um, it's very easy to become the monster people say we are. It's very easy when people attack us because of our sexuality to, think, well, all straight people must think that way. They don't all say it, but, they must all think that. They must all, hate us gay people, which they don't. It's very easy as a gay person to kind of bristle when someone's saying, I think it's just a phase when they're talking about someone, but it might actually be right. Young people today do a lot more experimenting than we did. But, it's very easy to get hurt in this life, and it's very easy to turn that hurt into bitterness and hate. You have to let it go and realize, there are bad people in life, and they will make bad life decisions, and they will hate you, and they will attack you, but you don't have to let that make you lose all the wonderful relationships you have with all the other people. I could have lost Inari over one bigot's ranting channel. I could have lost, La Santa over several people I met that were really horrible people that hated me based on what they thought of me. I could have lost the Voodoo Loa if I hadn't toughed it out and toughed out the trial by fire you go through. But I persevered, and it has nothing to do with the color of my skin. I persevered because I love them, and I was determined, Lasanda's the one that told me, don't become the monster they say you are. She said, it's your choice. You can choose to blame them. We can all choose to be the victim, play the victim, and become hateful and destructive, and blame those people and say, this is why I'm a bigot, this is why I'm a racist. But we have to choose love. We don't have to love the person that attacked us. You don't have to go over and give them a hug. But, I guess a really nice person would, but I'm not a really nice person. But, the funny thing is, I still love the people that attacked me. I felt sad. I felt sad that they attacked me. And I try to make friends with them still, even after they attack me, and show them, we're not so bad. We're not what you think we are. But some people don't want to make friends. Some people don't. They're not ready to accept that everybody is a human being. People are people, We're all people. We're all the same human race. We're not different species. The saddest yet cutest attempt I ever saw was of a group that swore up and down that white people, and that's only something they made a couple centuries ago, that term, are all descended from cute little white monkeys. They are the damn cutest thing. You would love having these little white monkeys as an ancestor. You really would, because they're like really tiny, and basically they look like Beanie Babies with tails, and it was like, damn, they're cute. Aww. But they never existed. That's the problem. They never existed. It's like, okay, you could argue that various species of apes and monkeys evolved, but they never existed. That was the problem. We all come from Africa. So, honor your ancestors by taking the high road. Don't become the monster they say you are. Don't let that hate get into your heart, because, I had times where I was thinking, why am I being nice? I've been nice all my life, and it hurts so much. It would be much easier to hate these people and, attack everyone. And I'm usually pretty democratic. I decide I'll hate the whole world. I won't just hate one specific group of people, because that would make me feel bad. I'll hate the whole world, and it will be the whole world's fault. But, that's not good either. It's not the whole world's fault when people are terrible to you. So, don't hate a whole group of people based on how terrible some people were. I know we're seeing in the news, it makes you think, like, women are getting kind of jumpy now, because it seems like every 5 minutes another guy that seemed like a paragon of virtue is, getting serious allegations, and, women are getting rightfully nervous. But, not all men are monsters. Not all people of a certain race or gender or anything else are all one thing. We're all different. So, please, I'm not psychic by any means, but you know, in the times ahead, don't give in to the hate. Don't become what they say you are. Don't become bitter and mean because you think they're against you. If they're against you, so what? Let them be. Let them be them. Let them be sad, sorry them, and let them stew in hate. You don't have to do it. We shouldn't hate each other based on political party, religion, lack thereof, color of skin, where we come from. I think we've all had enough of enough. I think we could all use a break. We have better things to worry about than, you know, what separates us. We should be concentrating on what, you know, makes us the brotherhood of man. So, if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye bye.